Now, many of us are setting goals and resolutions for the new year. Financial professional David Billingsley of the Binnacle Group is joining us now with some ways that we can save some more money, maybe pay off some debt, and structure your budget for 2020. David, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So there's some big changes, especially in retirement planning. Walk us through some of the things we should be thinking about for 2020, and particularly the Secure Act.
Yes, under the Secure Act, there's a lot of changes that we can see that are beneficial to individuals who are going to take advantage of some of the things the government's providing now through that act. One of the benefits is we have a huge demographic of people that are working part-time jobs nowadays.
Right, yeah.
And they don't have access to getting into a 401k planning package that others do, so they can plan towards a meaningful retirement. And so this gives them an opportunity to actually take advantage of a 401k planning and participate with that.
So this means that, for instance, if you're a mother and you're working a part-time job because you might be taking care of small children, or maybe you're taking care of an aging parent and you can only work part-time, this now opens the door to retirement for those folks.
That is correct, yes. So that's a good benefit for them as well.
That is a tremendous benefit. Now, that's from the employee side, but you were telling me just a moment ago that there are some incentives for employers to actually reach out and set up the 401k for those part-time workers.
Yes, that's correct. They're incentivizing the employers by giving up to $500 per employee as a tax discount to set up one of those 401k plans. The 401k plans are quite costly for the employer to set up. They can run as much as $3,000 a year per employee to manage that, for a third party to manage those funds. So they're trying to incentivize the small businesses to speak to that demographic that need to work towards their retirement planning.
So what are some other financial aspects of our lives that we need to take stock of or be thinking about right now?
Well, I think this time of year, everybody thinks about many things they want to set. And I think there's multiple things we need to look at in our finances as well. I mean, everybody has the basic ones, you know. I want to get out of debt. I want to save more money this year. You know, I want to.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done. So how do you be disciplined? And one of the things we want to do is just set realistic goals for ourselves.
Right.
And so let's say that you have a $25,000 student loan and you're making $50,000 a year. Well, it's not realistic to think you're going to pay that off in 1 year.
Right.
So establish some goals for yourself to maybe pay $300 a month towards that. And that will shorten the amount of time that you're going to have to pay that off over time, and be more realistic to sticking with those goals as well.
Absolutely. And of course, that's what you want to do. You want to set a goal that you can actually follow. Setting lofty goals that you don't follow doesn't do anyone any good.
Doesn't do anybody, yes, stick with them.
And so you were also telling me that another aspect of the Secure Act is that in the past, where people have been able to save money by pushing things down the line, that's no longer possible.
Yes, this has to do with spousal, currently on a spousal rollover, there's no requirement to distribute the monies and pay taxes on all that deferred tax money and so the second factor that has to do with is required minimum distributions is a component of this as well. And so and the current act of what our firm does is we allow you to just exercise the required minimum distribution, let's say at age 40, right, and you can just push that all the way to your age 70 and not have to pay taxes on the full amount.
But now Uncle Sam wants their money.
They want it all. So you have to distribute that within 10 years, and you have to pay the taxes on all of that inherited wealth now.
Where can people find you? Yes,
we're on 850 Stevens Highway. We're the Binnacle Group, and we specialize in working with people that are near retirement or in retirement.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us and for educating us about these changes coming up. Yeah.